Welcome back! It's been since January since I last made one of these videos. If you're new here, I will describe what we're doing, but yes, this is a Kitchen Nightmares review show. I make these videos between my long-form content. Some people seem to like it, some people don't. And if you don't, that's fine. But I wanted to share my love of Kitchen Nightmares mixed with my other love, drinking games. If you don't know this series, you can refer to episode 1 and the opening to the series to get an idea. And if you've come back, welcome back. Let's just get into it.
What is that? You're serving rotten food.
Move past and kill them.
Then wake up! You wake up! Shut the place down! Get out of here! That is amazing! Wow! Thank yourself.
So I put a poll out on my second Twitter. It was my main Twitter for like a month and a half because I was banned. I asked people which episode of Kitchen Nightmares they wanted to see me do, and it was chosen to do Barefoot Bob's. This is actually one of my favorite episodes of Kitchen Nightmares, and it is full of feels. Anyways, if you're new to this series, please reference the opening video and part 1, if you please. If you don't want to, what I do is I just react to episodes of Kitchen Nightmares and make a drinking game out of it. It's not revolutionary content. It's just here so I don't have this huge gap between my long-form content. It's kind of my lazy content, pretty much. And it really doesn't do that well view-wise. I don't know. It's fun to dress up, do my makeup, and share my love of Kitchen Nightmares and drinking games. It ain't that deep. I like overdramatic reality TV shows and drinking games. And I combined them and made a video about it. Cool, we're all up on the same page, right? Okay, fantastic, wonderful. So grab a drink, and if you're of age, you can make it alcoholic. If not, make it virgin. Today I have Corona Hard Seltzer Limonada. I originally filmed this video, and I always refilm these videos, or make these videos twice because I don't like the way I look, and I'm like, let's do this again. I might hate the way I look when I'm editing this too. Whatever. Too much effort for me at this point. And I originally had Mad Dog Spiked Punch. Mad Dog. I just wanted to talk a little bit about Mad Dog because I like to share just kind of like stuff because I really enjoy alcoholic beverages. Mad Dog is really cheap wine you can get at liquor stores. It is essentially just really overly sugary wine. It's called wine. I would not call it wine though. It is. It makes me puke a little bit because it has made me puke in the past. It is gross, and I don't know if this is offensive to say, but I know my friends and I have called it hobo wine in the past because it's cheap, gets you drunk, and it's kind of enjoyable, and you know, it's the type of drink that you would see someone on the street in a brown paper bag drinking it while walking down the street of a classy city like Detroit or Baltimore. That's just what it is. I don't know if I've offended somebody for that. That's what we called it. This is like 10 years ago. But I didn't know they had a spiked punch, and I originally reviewed this episode with that, and it was very alcoholic, and I probably got a little too drunk. So we are doing this instead of 13%, which is what the Mad Dog was. This is a 4.5% alcoholic volume. That's a good amount in my opinion. So I went over the drinking game rules in my last video, but I'm going to re-go over them now. So the rules are: take one drink when the owner claims that the food isn't the problem. Take a drink when the owner says Gordon doesn't know how to cook their style of food. If anyone lies about the food being frozen, and just generally, actually the drink rule is if the food is just frozen. When Gordon tells the owner they're in denial. Take another drink if the owner denies being in denial. One drink if Gordon spits out the food. When Gordon calls a waitress dear or any other pet name. When someone cries. Oh, and the final rule that I wrote myself, one drink if Gordon needs fresh air. So the next set of rules are: take 2 drinks. 2 drinks if the food is microwaved. When Gordon hugs the owner. If the owner storms out on Gordon while he's trying to implement changes. 3 drinks. If Gordon stops service in the middle of the first dinner service. If anyone hits on Gordon. When Gordon talks to other customers during the first lunch service. If someone is fired. And finally, finish your drink if vermin is found in the restaurant, or if Gordon vomits or quickly excuses himself to the bathroom. So I came up with some of these rules, but most of them were taken from a Wikipedia for drinking games. I ain't that creative. Let's go. So let's get into Barefoot Bob's, one of my favorite episodes of Kitchen Nightmares. So the restaurant is run by a husband and wife team, and it's on the ocean in Massachusetts. Perfect for seafood. which, the husband and wife thing, that's going to be the whole drama in this episode. The restaurant originally was doing well when they first opened. They bought the restaurant in 2007, but the business was only good during the summer, and that was the problem. And because the business wasn't doing well, the husband in the partnership began to be the main chef to save money, which caused another issue. He wasn't a trained chef, so he doesn't really know too much of what he's doing, and that, of course, is an issue when having a restaurant. But, as you will see, everyone says the wife in the partnership is the main problem.
You and Jess are outside.
No, I'm in.
Me and Jess are outside. Biggest problem in the restaurant right now would definitely have to be Lisa.
And that is because, according to everyone, she is never there and doesn't do anything.
Mark's in the restaurant at least 10 or 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. Mark, let me know if you need anything and I will avoid you. Most of the time, Lisa is on the beach, down the Cape somewhere, or when she is here, she kind of leaves a big tornado behind her and goes out the door. Next thing you know, she's gone again for the weekend.
And the restaurant failing has put a strain on their relationship. Alright, so one of the main reasons I wanted to cover this episode is because I 100% think the wife is cheating. The wife's name is Lisa, the husband's name is Mark, which is funny. I did not hit her. Oh, hi, Mark. Mark and Lisa from The Room. Anyway.
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Sorry. I'll stop. I do think Lisa is cheating. You'll see as we go into the episode more, but girl is never there. And she's making her hard-working husband sleep on the couch.
Let's just say there's an indent on the couch from where he sleeps.
Something definitely going on there. There is even one point where Lisa is complaining that she had a hard workout at the gym. And Mark is like, girl, I don't even have time to go to the gym.
And I'll say something. I'm like, this is just really awful. And she's like, well, I know. I was angry when I went to the gym. I see myself struggling, and I don't know why she's not jumping in to help.
One person is obviously working very hard, while the other takes it for granted. And it's sad. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. This is literally one of my favorite episodes. At the beginning of the episode, Gordon goes to the two owners to talk to them about the problems. And I'm not gonna summarize the whole thing. I'm just gonna say the wife thinks she does a lot, and I don't really trust what she says. Meanwhile, the husband is the one that I believe. And I do believe he's the one that does all the work, while Lisa does not. And that is kind of what he says in the interview with Gordon. And I believe him.
While I was focusing on that, the front of the house really took a beating.
Where was Lisa at this point?
She was backing off. She hasn't been too active in the front of the house for a while. And that's therein lies the problem. She believes that she's doing a lot. She comes in the morning, a couple days a week. That's really it. And
it's really sad, because at one point, Gordon asks if Mark has fallen out of love with his wife. Mark immediately says no, trigger straight off the bat, no, I'm not out of love with her. Gordon then asks if he thinks she's fallen out of love with him, and he just says, I don't know.
Have you fallen out of love with her?
No.
Has she fallen out of love with you?
I don't know.
Yeah, I really think Lisa's cheating. And then after that, Gordon talks to the staff, and they also say that Lisa is the problem.
Of course, what is the big underlying problem with this restaurant?
It's Lisa. Mm-hmm. It is. She has the financial ruins.
And then we get to the first kind of section of the show, where Gordon comes in to try the food, and we already have an issue. The menu is dirty.
Wow, this is dirty. Is there any chance I could have a clean menu?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Dad.
And while Gordon is waiting for the food that he orders, he goes around and examines the restaurant. And he says that it's dirty.
These plates are filthy dirty. I mean, literally caked in dust.
Not a really good start, but to be honest, very typical from Kitchen Nightmare episodes. And I feel for Mark. He works there 7 days a week nonstop. He works kitchen, and Lisa is supposed to be working the front of house, so she should be the one maintaining the cleanliness. But she's too busy elsewhere. Oh, I wonder where. And this should be kind of worrying, having Gordon Ramsay going around a restaurant being like, this is bad, this is bad. But Lisa finds her ineptitude funny.
Lisa, he's up against the window pulling all the knickknacks down that were all messy and dusty. He's wiping them all with his hands right now.
Inches thick. Inches thick.
Damn, he's observant.
The first plate comes out, and it's no good.
Mark, the fries are soggy, and he said he will bypass because if not, he's going to need a bypass.
Close.
Well, keep in mind, he comes from a place where they think scones are delicious.
And I'm just waiting for it to be revealed that it's frozen so I can take a drink from my seltzer.
Nothing toasted. Soggy. Disgusting. Darling, I'm done. You just show Mark that
I will.
roll. Thanks, darling.
Thank you.
I'm holding out for my chowder.
Why? What's the matter with that?
This is larger than a regular lobster. What? This? He said that the total weight of a lobster should be a pound, not the meat in itself. So this is where you lose me.
We got one!
So I'm going to count this part as a drink, because Gordon sends back the lobster roll for having too much lobster. And Lisa acts like this shouldn't be a problem. So I'm counting that as like denial, and denies being in denial. So here we go.
What else sucks?
Lobster roll sucks.
What?
There's too much lobster.
I've never heard anyone complain about too much lobster.
Well,
It's like having too much money.
Mind blown.
Drink. And I think the reason that having too much lobster in the lobster roll is a problem is because lobster is expensive, I think. I've never had lobster, but I think that's the issue. Like, they're having problems with money, and they are putting all this lobster in the roll, and the roll is apparently not even good.
No wonder this place is losing money. Jessica, have you seen how much lobster is in this roll? Look at all that.
I know. It's a whole lobster.
There's more. Lobsters don't have 6 claws. Bloody hell. Does every sandwich have that in there?
Yes, it's typically a pound, a little over a pound.
Pound?
Yes.
That should be the whole weight of the lobster, not the actual weight of the meat.
The portion sizes of everything are huge. That's part of the problem.
Nothing toasted. Soggy. Disgusting. Yeah, darling, I'm done. You just show Mark that
I will.
roll. Thanks, darling.
Thank you.
So Gordon then confronts the team, and Lisa again tries to say that the lobster roll is good.
I mean, guys, the lobster roll. But even I don't put 1/3 of that lobster in my lobster roll.
I mean, everybody loves. I mean,
So this is surprising for you.
And that's a drink. I think this episode is a little lower on the drinks because Mark kind of knows what the problem with the restaurant is. And that is that they are in over their head and the wife is useless. Then we get another denial of the food being the issue by the other chef. So that is another drink. Anyways, after Ramsay berates them, it's time for the next segment of the formulaic show. It's time for Gordon to observe a dinner service. Oh, and during the dinner service, there's a fun little gimmick where they have a psychic there to read people's palms.
Is that a crystal ball on the table?
yeah, she's a psychic reader.
Oh.
It's kind of like a promotion to bring people in.
And I don't know, I personally would not ask for my psychic reading at a restaurant. It's kind of out of place. I feel like a piano player or something else on the side is a nice addition. But a psychic? Anyways, continuing. No, you know what? It's time for us to add a new rule. I'm adding weird gimmick during dinner service to the 3-drink rule. So 3 drinks. That is the new rule for this episode, and we're continuing that going forward for the next episodes. Because this doesn't happen often. But I've seen it in other episodes, and since it's a kind of a rare thing, it's gonna be a 3-drink rule. Look at me being innovative in my drinking games. Alright, so let's keep going. Gordon even gets a reading for the future of the restaurant, which... it's a giant low-key hint at Lisa being the issue.
Can this restaurant survive for the next 6 months?
You're asking me my psychic opinion on that?
Opinion or prediction? He's confusing me now.
All right, I'm gonna look at a card then. Oh my gosh. Well, this says that there's a kink in the system that's not working. See, there's like a breakup, like a break, like a literal like shatter. Something needs to split up. Something needs to be let go of.
Like the illness.
Possibly. Oh boy. This is literally a divorce card.
Wow. And is this imminent? Are we talking the next 6 months, 3 months, 3 days?
Honestly, it feels like it's a process. There's a lot of forgiveness that needs to happen, but it feels like it is possible.
So happy ending.
If they can do the work that they need to do, right?
I also think it's extremely scripted. But it's fun. It's all fun and games. It's just kitchen nightmares. Moving on. It's really hammered down during the dinner service that Mark works hard and Lisa is a lazy good-for-nothing. And then Gordon, during the dinner service, goes into the kitchen and sees it's a mess.
This fridge is dreadful. chicken breast. Oh my God, just dumped in there. Not even taken out the bag, that's how lazy they've become. And the whole fridge is not even chilled, it's warm. There's not a decent temperature on the floor here.
Honestly, the kitchen being a mess could be a drink rule. I don't know if I'm willing to... I'm adding it to the one drink rule. It happens every episode.
Someone f*** that up! Young man, you are running a business. Hot wings next to f***ing raw pork. You'll kill everybody.
Except for the episode Amy's Baking Company. That's the most famous episode of Kitchen Nightmares. That episode had a clean kitchen, and I believe that was the only one I can think of that did. So yeah, I'm adding that. Executive decision. One drink, kitchen is dirty. Oh, so I want to note. After this, Gordon starts asking them about their expensive. At the beginning of the episode, Lisa says that it's her job to manage the books. Gordon asks them about their money spending and their earning, and Lisa is speechless.
We're not talking hundreds of dollars. We're talking about thousands of dollars. Do you have any idea what the real costs are? What's the total purchasing? What's your labor cost? What's our break even a week?
Homegirl doesn't do any work while her husband Mark is working himself to death. I actually thought while I was watching this, Lisa is why incels exist who hate women. She's useless and a cat. So then Gordon storms out, which is sadly not a drinking rule.
No wonder you run out of money.
They all go to clean, and Lisa just sits on her phone, probably texting some douchebag from Tinder. After this, Gordon then does some couples counseling with the two, which he is definitely not qualified to do, because honestly his expertise is in being a chef and restaurants and not couples counseling. And honestly the problems that these two have are past Gordon's scope.
Yesterday was a real tough day. I want to talk about your relationship. Because that's paramount, because you're not partners in terms of investors. You're husband and wife.
But he tries because TV ratings.
You know, you're my partner, who I want to be with forever, you know? Let's just really work together on this, and let's make it happen. We can do it.
I'm excited to turn around.
Right, now I got to smile. Good. That's right, yeah. that, bang, done.
And after the couples counseling session, the two promise to work on things, or whatever. But again, Gordon is not a counselor. And after we're done reviewing and doing the drinking game for the episode, we'll look at what happens to the restaurant. But I'm not getting positive vibes. Mark needs a whole different partner than Lisa. So Gordon brings in an accountant to help Lisa.
You don't need a new chef. What you need, right now, urgently, is an accountant.
And everything's positive. For now. And after that, Gordon teaches them to cook. Then they go out on the town to try to get some new customers.
You should! I'm Lisa, I'm the owner, and I'm very proud of it.
That's very good.
Isn't it good?
I never eat clam chowder.
No.
And this is kind of a segment. They do this in a couple episodes here and there. It's a unique thing for episodes where they go out and they speak to the customer base or the locals to try and get them interested in the restaurant. They do it every once in a while. I'm not gonna make that a drink. But in this segment, Lisa actually gets involved.
Today for Bob's, we got Gordon Ramsay helping us out redoing our menu.
It is great that Lisa's out getting her hands dirty, getting to promote her own restaurant.
Best fish and chips around.
I don't think I've ever seen her this involved and this excited.
So then comes the remodeling aspect of the episode. Every episode has this. They remodel, Gordon brings in his crew and remodels the restaurant overnight. And I think in my last episode I gave the remodel a rating, so I'm going to do that again. And I give this remodel a 7 out of 10 because I love the ocean. I don't know, it's cute. I would go there. I really liked the way it looked. It was very casual, but like oceany, and I love the ocean. I miss the ocean. Look how big that button is. Okay, so I'll give this one a 7 out of 10. Mostly because I love ocean food joints and anything that's on the water, and they certainly clean the heck out of the joint. And I would go there. I mean, I'd go there before. I'm a garbage monster and I love the ocean and fried unhealthy while I'm guzzling down hard seltzers. But less about me. I might just also really like Mark as a human, and I want to go there and support him. So now it's time to test the changes and do the reopen night. That is, it always goes. Gordon comes in, has like a lunch service and interviews people, talk to the owners, do dinner service, remodel, reopen. That's the general gist, and I just said that on top of my head. That wasn't even in my script. I've just watched enough Kitchen Nightmares to remember how the chain of events goes in every episode. With the changes in the restaurant, though, we get some pushback, which I'm going to count as the 2-drink rule. For the rule, if the owner storms out on Gordon while he's trying to implement changes. Now, it wasn't the owner in this situation that was storming out, it was an employee. But to be honest, the freak out was kind of drink worthy in my opinion, so I'm taking 2 drinks.
I don't know where the blender went.
Yeah, you're not gonna be getting all the frozen drinks.
I don't think we should do frozen drinks anymore. We're not that kind of restaurant anymore. This bar has no chance of running smoothly tonight. That's it. I'm done. I quit. Sorry. It's not like the guy lives here. The guy was here for 3 days. Doesn't know what the f he's talking about.
Robbie!
Find yourself a new bar manager. Is Ramsey gonna be here tonight? Because he has some really good words for him. Hey, thanks for f***ing up our restaurant.
Cheers. Mark then talks to the deserter and gets him to come back.
What keeps us alive, we lost.
No, we didn't. What we had didn't work. Change has to happen. We gotta do it. Do you understand? I'm not gonna let this opportunity go. This is what we gotta do. I'm not running that restaurant the way it was. I'm not gonna sit and watch this restaurant continue to go into the ground. All of us have to be on the same page. We can't have that attitude going forward.
I have a short temper. Change doesn't just sit well with me. But at the end of the day, if Mark and Lisa believes in it, then they're my family and I'm behind them 100%.
And it's time for the opening night. And the servers are doing great. And the food looks so good. Holy crap. I just like the ocean though. I want to be an orca. I love orcas. They're my favorite animal, orcas and cats. And there is a little bit of drama during the reopen night, which they use to give Lisa a redemption arc.
You can see the temperatures rising from the diners. I have to jump in and just kind of stop things for a few. Stop taking food orders right now. Stop taking food orders.
Need the calamari, I need the clam. I called him.
All right, nobody's gonna order food for a while.
Lisa made an executive decision to tell everyone to stop taking tables and to slow everything down.
Can I help you at all?
Yes, please, run this way. The chicken's working, right?
Me too, I got this. Looks good, right?
Nice. With Lisa taking the initiative and control of the dining room.
This is good. We're okay. Beautiful. That's gonna get us back on track.
Mark and the kitchen staff now have time to regroup and get orders out.
Fantastic, fantastic. Redemption arc for Lisa. It was very scripted though. Is it obvious I don't like Lisa? I don't like Lisa. I like Mark though. Mark seems like a wonderful guy. The episode ends on a positive note.
Don't turn back.
That's right.
Stick together. Yeah, I think it'll work. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
I'm looking forward to the future. I know I'm in love with my wife. I know she's in love with me. It's wonderful.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
We took a shack on the beach and transformed it into a restaurant that can become a destination for tourists and locals. And Mark and Lisa may not have known their bottom line, but the true bottom line is they need each other to succeed.
So, let's see what happens after the episode. The last one I did, Gordon left the restaurant kind of like, I don't know what's going to happen next. This one, he's like, hopefully they'll work it out. It seems pretty good. Never do that again. Sorry, I can't do this. I'm going to be reading directly from the Reality TV Revisited website. What happened next at Barefoot Bob's? In the following days, the restaurant had been doing better with the consultant on board, and they were hopeful to survive the winter. They reverted to their old menu as they felt the new menu was too upscale for the locals. They also revealed they were bringing the decor back to the tiki feel and hosted a kitchen fantasy viewing party on the night the episode aired. Post-filming reviews looked mixed, mainly half-star negative reviews on Yelp, with negative comments on the service and poor quality food. Reviews on TripAdvisor were more positive, with compliments to the food. Barefoot Bob's closed in December 2016. The phone line was disconnected, and it was reported as closed on Yelp, etc. It appears that they closed suddenly, as the closure was not announced on social media before the pages were quickly shut down. Some place called HK2 opened in its location, and currently Yelp reviews are mixed, with an average 2.5 rating. The Barefoot Bob's episode was aired in December 2012. The episode was filmed in May 2012, and is Kitchen Nightmares Season 6, Episode 5. So it did at least last for a little bit while after the episode, so aired in 2012, and it closed in 2016. That's better than some other restaurants. I did check to see other people's opinions, and the Kitchen Nightmares subreddit also definitely thought Lisa was 100% cheating. So yeah, I hope Mark is doing fine. I don't really care what's going on with Lisa though. I don't know. I tried to look it up to see if they're still together. There's no news on it.
Editor's note, I just rechecked and the Kitchen Nightmares Reddit said Mark divorced Lisa and married one of his waitresses. I can't 100% confirm this, but I hope it's true.
So, I guess I'll close it out. That was Barefoot Bob's. One of my favorite episodes. Maybe I just really like Mark. I don't know. There wasn't a lot of drinking to be done, but... So, now for the closing, and I'm just going to read directly from my little script. If you like this video, please subscribe. And if you want more of these episodes, post a dolphin emoji below. Actually, we did dolphins last time. Do a crab. I always ask for dolphin emojis because it reminds me of the anime JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but we'll do a little different. We'll do a crab today since seafood. If you do want to support me, you can subscribe, follow me on Twitter, become a channel member, or become a patron. I want to thank my channel members and patrons listed here. I do want to add that for patrons, I do not charge for these videos. I only charge for long content videos, like my documentaries, so if you become a patron, don't worry about it. You're not going to be charged for things like this. This is just for fun. It's whatever. And I do make sure for my patrons, I never charge more than once a month. So, like, recently I posted 2 Joy Sparkle BS videos back to back, pretty close to each other. I only charged for one of them. So I feel like I'm pretty good. I don't know. I don't care. Become a patron if you want to. It's awesome. I draw you a picture of farm animals if you... There's a patron. I don't know. Whatever. And comment below if you have certain episodes of Kitchen Nightmares you want me to review. Awesome. Anyways, that's it. If you don't like this content, but like my other content, don't worry. I keep emphasizing this. I have something big in the works. I just wanted to provide some entertainment before then. Also, consider subscribing to my second channel that I'm working on, where I post whatever I want, and I focus on interviewing eccentric internet people. The channel is called Sesame Tries It. Anyways, this is the end of the video. Silver Lily.
Glad to see it.